Hello and welcome to Share the Stage with Maestro Kahchun Wong and Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra. My name is Michael Wilson and I play oboe in the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra. For this project, I've been asked to share with you some thoughts about the first movement of Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony and Wagner's Tannhäuser Overture. In this video, hopefully, we will work through the selected excerpts and provide tips to help you prepare for your audition. So first of all, I think I would like to start with Tchaikovsky. As with a lot of Tchaikovsky, good rhythm, good dynamics, and lyricism are all essential qualities. Now this first movement, so from the Allegro, it's all in 6/8. Dun, 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 dun. So that bouncing, you wait, actually in both of these excerpts, you have to wait quite a long time on the oboe until you come in, and they're both quite quiet entries. So that in itself, you need to be very focused on coming in after the clarinets have their wonderful introduction. So after letter B, I would say, the length of the notes, the 8th bars of B, dum, dum, da, dum, da, dum, da, da, dum, so dum, da, dim, dum. It doesn't look very much on the page, but it has to be, let me try and get the notes in the center of the sound, and then it sort of supports the clarinets. So if you can really try it, it doesn't, as I say, it doesn't look very much on the page, but because you've had a big, long introduction from a lot of the orchestra, it's very important to be very focused on that piano entry at the beginning there. And if I can jump, because the Tannhäuser Overture does have a similar thing at the beginning, where you wait for a long time and then you have a piano entry, you need to be very focused on sitting there and waiting for the entry. So there's so that's the opening bit. You need to be very focused on that after a long wait, and then there's a passage where it's semiquavers against triplets. So the accompaniment, da, 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 and you have to make sure you do a dotted quaver followed by a semiquaver against that. So dun, 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 dun. So just be very, very accurate with the rhythm on that one. And so just going back to the Tchaikovsky now, the second one I want to look at is the dynamics at tempo 1 at bar number 132. So you've got a starting on mezzo forte and then diminuendo to piano, and then all the way up to forte, and then down to piano, mezzo forte, and then all the way up to fortissimo. So you really, really, you know, Tchaikovsky is all about dynamics. So really, really try and stretch how loudly you can play and how quietly you can play as well. One other one I would like to do from the Tchaikovsky. One example is when it's to the Tranquillo. So it's all been fairly sort of anxious up to now, but this is the part where it can sort of relax a little bit. Molto più tranquillo. So bar number 170. So all the time, dun, 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 dun. So be very, even though it's quiet and everything, you must try and place every single quaver in the right dun, 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 dee, dun, 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 dun. That's right before H. So being very, very precise, but without it sounding metronomic. So the Wagner now, which we've already heard the entrance, the beginning, and I just want to focus on one little bit of this. This is very much a team effort, as with Tchaikovsky, which is why I want to do another piece as well. My personal feeling is that for the oboe, these two pieces are very much a team effort for the orchestra and will not necessarily convey the amount of musical language, I would say, I would like to hear from everyone. So I've chosen a movement from a Bach cantata, number 156, to hopefully demonstrate to you, really stretch the boundaries of what you can do on the instrument, as opposed to only tiny little excerpts from each symphony. I believe this piece, which I have grown up listening to, is an opportunity for each of you to sing through your instrument and perhaps add in a few ornaments of your own making. So make up some ornaments, but without never disturb the original musical line. And trying at all times, I guess most importantly as orchestral player, trying at all times to keep a constant intonation, So we've already heard the beginning of Tannhäuser, which is, we wait for a long time. Both pieces we wait and then we come in a piano entrance, so your focus is all on that. But there's one other thing I'd like to talk about, and that's letter B when we go into the Allegro. And this, I think, requires everybody to be on the same page. Dun, da-da, 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 and be very, very accurate with it. So when you play the excerpt, please try and be as accurate as possible without sounding like a robot, obviously. So let me try and demonstrate this. So I'm going from B to about 91, something like that. It's difficult for one person to do, but imagine if you're a whole group of people doing it together, we really have to be sympathetic to listening. A huge part of sitting in an orchestra is listening around what's happening and playing with everybody else, and then it works better. I hope that provides a few tips. Hopefully, in conclusion, we hope you enjoy preparing for this exciting opportunity. Best of luck as you get ready to share the stage with Maestro Kahchun Wong and the Hong Kong Philharmonic. I look forward very much to hearing Tannhäuser, Wagner, little section from that, a few sections from the Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony, which I mentioned, and the last one is the Bach. Please do explore the Bach, listen to a few recordings of the Bach, and as I say, make up a few ornaments if you can, but never disrupting the line of the music too much. Thank you.